Yes, but again, you look at Andrew Tate and all these right-wing kind of like operatives that help us, they say dumb shit like women have their role and are good at some things, and men have their role and they're good at other things. That's not true, Jesse. Women suck at everything.
So how did your family feel about you converting over to Christianity?
They're just happy I'm not drug dealing and fighting people on the streets and doing all that shit. Because I worked as a nightclub bouncer. I was f***ing a lot of women, sinning hard. I was sinning this much, now I sin this much. But to the average guy, this much is this much, right? I'm still bad. I like having sex with models. That's my only vice. You had Vuash, Destiny, and Hassan Pyker, the three homosexuals, the trinity of homosexuality. You had them here, and we got to talk to them all day. And they try and call us radicals because we say we don't want to get our dicks cut off. Is it radical to not want your penis cut off?
Thing that spews out of this gentleman's mouth is amazing. Welcome everybody, welcome to Culture War. This one is another banger. Jesse interviewed this comedian and he said a lot of things. As usual, I like to make my intro very short and don't want to give so much spoiler. I just want you to watch and enjoy the video. If possible, learn something from it. But if you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. So without further ado, as usual, let's dive in.
I have with me today Jon Zherka. He is a comedian and YouTuber based in Canada. Jon, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan for years.
That's amazing, man. That's nice. I didn't know that, but I totally appreciate that. So, Jon, what's important to you?
Jesus is king, and that's it.
And what does that mean, Jesus is king?
That means when we peaked at 100,000 viewers and everyone plugged in their programs, I have a dating course. I could have made a bunch of money at the peak viewership on Rumble when we peaked. But I just said Jesus is king because I'm not here for money. Every other Christian channel is grifting. You can be gay and Christian, and they do all this stuff. They're doing it for money.
Right.
When we were talking earlier, you said Nick and I should run for office, right?
Yeah.
Nick, you, me are the last 3 masculine channels online. Isn't that kind of sad? There's no one else.
No, it is.
And so we have to sit down. You had Vuash, Destiny, and Hassan Pyker, the 3 homosexuals, the trinity of homosexuality. You had them here, and we got to talk to them all day. And they try and call us radicals because we say we don't want to get our dicks cut off. Is it radical to not want your penis cut off? Or your son to go on hormone blockers at 15?
Do you think that if men were to protect their children from that, because I've noticed that men are not leading their wives now. And so it's mostly the mothers who are like, because of their emotional state, they are for that. Do you think if the men were the head of their wives that would be happening?
Yes, but again, you look at Andrew Tate and all these right-wing kind of like operatives that help us, they say dumb shit like women have their role and are good at some things, and men have their role and they're good at other things. That's not true, Jesse. Women suck at everything. The greatest chefs are men. Gordon Ramsay. If you get shot by a bullet, you don't want a female nurse to drag you. She can't pick us up. Yeah. We want a man. Yeah. So if you're gonna lead by absolute authority, not this, honey, you listen to me, so I'll buy you something. No. It's either 100% masculine rule or nothing.
And so what happened to the men that they became so weak?
You said it best. First of all, everyone agrees, even atheists, that we're born in a fallen state, right? Yeah. We're born to sin.
Yeah.
We adopt feminine traits. That's why these women walk all over us, right? When you adopt the spirit of your mother, you talk about.
Right.
I mean, you can see that when Hassan, Pyker, and Destiny talk. The gynecomastia, the prolactate is shooting out their nipples. They're growing mammary glands.
What the?
You can see the feminine energy. And here's the weird thing. I hate bragging about getting women because that's like fooling an idiot. Like, it's the easiest thing on earth. But the most toxic masculine channel, me, the most banned channel from Twitch, YouTube, all that, and now I'm back. And I got every single girl at every single convention. While the guys were, Hassan, Pyker, they're all good looking guys. They all had way more followers, way more status and influence, but the girls follow them toxic masculine. Why? Because women want it and men, we crave it the most.
And so now that you're getting the attraction of all these women and they'll start to follow you and listen to you, are they changing? Is that helping them in any way?
Yeah, so I went viral because one of them said in the first few days of dating me, I get all the passwords. If I start dating a girl, I have all your social media passwords, right? You can still make me some money. You can be on social media right now. I just met you, you're a stranger. But I get all the passwords, and then she said, hey, do you want me to delete my OnlyFans, where she posts her lingerie pictures and all that satanic stuff?
Right.
And people were shocked. They're like, oh my God, you can change these girls? Yes, if you are a high status masculine guy, they will stop being whores, Jesse. You can change them.
And so they're changing from what to what?
From whore to less whore.
But they're still a whore, they're just less whore?
Like from, remember the slut and slut maker?
Right.
This is slut to reformed slut. Because remember, anyone can be saved.
Right.
Jesus can save anyone.
That's right.
When we say men have to be men, it's almost this gay Andrew Tate bald position of be a man just to be a man. What is it to be a man is to follow God. You don't fall in love with your wife.
Right, you follow that's
love
right.
God.
And so are you helping men to turn back to God?
Absolutely. I converted 1,400 of the youth, and I got my team that I pay to check if there's bots or fake accounts or just, bullshit. We checked, we got their high schools, we got everything on emails, DMs and everything. 1,400. A lot of them were previously Muslims like me, converted to Christ in 1 week of one comedy routine I did on a dating show called Fresh and Fit. I broke a world record. So and these pastors and priests and stuff, oh, you're a little too radical, you guys aren't doing your job. I'm doing your job for you, so shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of the way, clown. I converted 1,400 in 1 week. When these big channels can't do one conversion a day, they're pathetic.
So you converted 1,400 men?
Yes, very young men, 17 to 21.
And so now they're learning they're growing into manhood?
Absolutely, they're going to church every Sunday.
Yeah. So how did your family feel about you converting over to Christianity?
They're just happy I'm not drug dealing and fighting people on the streets and doing all that shit. Because I worked as a nightclub bouncer. I was fucking a lot of women, sinning hard. I was sinning this much, now I sin this much. But to the average guy, this much is this much, right? I'm still bad. I like having sex with models. That's my only vice. The only thing I have to fix.
So, how long have you been a Christian?
2 months.
2 months.
But I tried my first prayer years ago to God, and it worked. Then I was too afraid to pray for anything else. Just sweat by the brow, did everything on my own. This time was a little different, and I said, Jesus Christ. And it was very hard because I felt like a traitor. But let me tell you something. If you're a Muslim and you're coming to Christ and you feel like you're betraying your tribe, remember your tribe is betraying God.
Amazing. Do you believe you have a free will?
Absolutely.
You have a free will?
Absolutely.
And so what does it mean to you to have a free will? What does that mean?
Right. So God divinely ordained us free will to see if we'll choose life or death. And it seems like our soul negotiates with our intellect. For example, I always say faith over reason. And they say, reason is science. Yeah, reason means you can sit down in a dark room, think long enough until it's a good idea to cut your penis off and go trans. Reason. You can be a reasonable pedophile. You can be a reasonable bestiality, having sex with beasts, necrophilia with dead people. Reason is satanic. That's why biting from the apple, it's not an apple, it's a fruit. Biting from the fruit of reason is satanic. Knowledge is satanic. Knowledge is fake news. The only thing that ever lasted for thousands of years is the word, because the word is the fucking truth.
So if you have a free will, why don't you will yourself to be free of anger and of fear, of that emptiness that you get when no one is around, the cameras are all off? Why don't you will that away from you? if you have a free will?
When I look at my past, total chaos. Now, great order and structure. But I don't believe in that absolute. Sometimes when pastors like you tell me, John, why don't you 100% be at peace? I find what you're saying is, why don't you be God? And I don't think you can ever 100%. Mike Tyson doesn't have a 100% perfect punch. You can never be 100% perfect at anything. The only thing that matters is progression. Again, sin is a snowball. If you're snowballing away from sin, that's great, right? It starts with lying, cheating, stealing, raping, murdering. It snowballs from little to big. Look at your trajectory. If you're going the right way, keep following the cross. If you pick up the Bible, you start sinning more, but you picked up some Mormon shit.
Do you believe that the Son of God, Jesus Christ, do you believe he had perfect peace?
Yes, because Jesus is God.
And are you a son of God?
Yes.
And so if you're a son of God, why don't you have the perfect peace as the Father have? Because
I
if
am
you're a
born-
son of
because-
God, you and the Father one.
Because I am born in a fallen state, unlike
Right,
him.
right. But if you overcome the fallen state, it's the Father who brings you out of the fallen state, right?
Right, but the
And so-
Bible says you don't just overcome it forever. Every morning you got to go back to overcoming it, meaning you're struggling for the rest of your life.
Do you believe
And
in,
I don't believe picking up the Bible is the end of suffering. I believe it's the end of your suffering having meaning. That's it, and that's good enough for me.
and do you believe that you can, do you believe that, so you don't believe that once you return to the Father that you can have peace on earth inwardly?
I don't believe in this 100% peace. I think that's a satanic position.
So Christ was lying when he said, I came to bring you peace, perfect peace.
Right, but again,
He was lying?
Christ also said that you're going to struggle for the rest of your life with faith, right?
No.
For example, let's say we have to sweat by the brow and go to work.
Right.
What if you don't want to work? What if you just say, F work?
You get on welfare.
That is
You get
that is a feminine position.
You get affirmative action. But let me ask,
For example, like original sin, don't you believe we're suffering for the rest of our lives till we die? Going to God reduces the suffering, but to say it makes you 100% perfect peace is like, who do you know with perfect peace?
I promise you,
Name one person.
let me tell you this, I promise you that you can live on this earth and have perfect peace within.
Well, name
That's
a
why
person.
God-
Who's going to inspire me?
That's why God came, sent his son that you may have perfect peace, right? So he's put everything back in order, and if you return to that order, you will have perfect peace.
Do you struggle with faith?
Not at all, not one.
0%?
I promise you, 0%.
It's the masculine position.
And you can have it too, because I can tell that
Again,
you want
I
it.
think this is going to sound crazy, but I think you push people away from God if you tell them, I never struggle with faith, because then millions of people
I
watching
understand.
say, this isn't for me, because I struggle every day. I'm an alcoholic. You keep struggling. Just keep going to the cross.
You know, when they say that, I say, oh, okay, then just stay in your hell and suffer. Because some people love their hell. And so if
You're
you,
right about that.
And if you notice, God doesn't say, oh, I'm going to make you come out of your hell, I'm going to make you this. He made the way for us to overcome, right? And if people don't want to overcome, he let them stay in their hell.
So you believe in a cold turkey, someone could pick up the Bible and change 100% in one day?
Not at all.
Well, you have to believe that.
No.
So you believe billions of people, no man ever had perfect peace in one conviction?
Your heart can change. See, salvation is of the heart. And anyone that has anger, Satan is their God. He's their daddy. He's their God. But once you go and forgive your mother for turning you away from your earthly father, because when you're not turned to your father, the woman is your God. And so when you forgive your mother for turning you back, for turning you away from him, and giving you her identity, and return to the Father, and forgive both of them, right? For your father for not protecting you, your heart will change just like that, and you will have perfect peace. And then the Spirit of God will make a home in you, and He'll destroy the mindset and emotions of the devil.
Why, I agree with everything you say, except here I'll have to battle you, because my first month accepting Christ was the worst month of my life. And I've been through everything. I lost my best friend. It was worse than that somehow. I don't know. It just felt way more pressure than that. And it was overwhelming. And I was cursing Christ's name the whole month, but I said, I'm not a bitch. I'm not gonna switch back to, I'm gonna stick it out. If this is the worst month of my life, let's try the next month. I'm with Christ. But I kept cursing, punching walls. The first month of accepting Christ was the worst month of my life. No business, banned off everything, poor, broke up with a girlfriend who was trying to kill herself and carved her leg with a knife. And I'm losing my mind and I can't see a therapist. I don't trust these liberal f***s. I'm losing my f***ing mind. Now, the first month is over. The second month, I'm a famous millionaire and I'm here.
Right.
You're telling me I should go back in time and tell myself, oh, you're struggling the first month of being a Christian? You don't have perfect peace? Yeah, I have it, clearly. That's like saying God hates you. That's a terrible position to fucking have. That's like, imagine if I told myself, I need perfect peace because now I'm a Christian. My first month being a Christian was the worst month of my life. My second, up until now, the next couple of months, I swear to God, I haven't been sleeping because I think it's a dream. I'm living out my fucking dreams. And I'm surrounded by models. They're disgusting to me. All I want to do is keep converting people to Christians and telling women to shut the fuck up. I have my dream job. And I don't even feel, this is gonna sound crazy, I don't even think the garden would satisfy me as much as my life right now. I don't want to ever say I will have 100% perfect peace. I don't want to say that.
But I wouldn't recommend that you say it, but I would recommend that you neither say you won't or say you will, because life and death is in the power of the
Jesse,
tongue,
who
right?
has perfect peace? Name one man on earth.
I do.
No, someone besides the host of the show.
I don't know, because I don't know what people have. But I'm sure there are people out there with it.
Martin Luther King. That guy's a Satanist.
Where's Martin Luther King now?
Cheating on his wife and dead.
I rest my case. I
have a question about purity.
Yeah.
People laugh when I say this, but a lot of people, everyone who laughs, they can't argue it. When you put a young man in my shoes, we switch bodies, and they have my direct messages filled with models trying to suck my dick. Most people watching would go with these women, all 100 of them, 1,000 of them, and get the rabies and herpes and all that. Me, 1,000 girls message me, and I'll have like one a month. Don't you believe, because I'm around all that temptation, that I am more pure than a virgin who is around no messages? Do you believe me having one girl a month is that bad? Because I believe everyone watching this, in my body, they would bang all those girls. Or do you think I am coping and I should just get married?
What made you go away from dealing with your mother to that question?
Because I've read psychosexual theory of Freud of why men become players. I'm against players, right? If you have like
but
5
I
girlfriends.
asked you, would you go and forgive your mother?
That's what I'm answering. I feel that if you hate your mother, you have a bunch of sex with women.
Right, and you
Do
know
you
why
agree with that?
Yeah.
I
And
agree
you
with
know
that.
why, right?
Yeah.
Because when you hate your mother, the woman become your God.
And you try and break hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that, 100%.
You're trying to get, you're subject to the woman rather than the woman being subject to you.
And even drinking, drugs, and oral fixations, you're really simulating sucking on your mother's titty as a baby. You want to be nurtured.
Right.
You want dopamine and peace.
So
right?
do you want to overcome that?
Yes.
Then you got to forgive your mother.
That means no drugs, no women.
Don't worry about that. That will come, God will bring that to order for you. Because the problem is not the things you do, the problem is the anger of the heart. Salvation is of the heart, and he will change your heart from that of the woman, which is evil, to that of God, which is good.
I'll do the marriage thing, which solves everything, but if I marry a non-virgin, do you believe I'll have perfect peace with a non-virgin, Jesse?
You're not, nobody.
What am I getting?
No one or nothing can give you peace. Only forgiving your mother and father will bring you peace. The heart has to change. No money, no human being, no children, no marriage. You can have all the sex until the cows come home. You'll still be lonely at night by yourself.
And you get so bored, you start f***ing cow-like fat women. Have you noticed men who are players, they start f***ing everything, even the ugly ones.
But do you believe me when I tell you that? It's of the heart. Salvation is of the heart.
I do.
So will you deal with your mother?
Yes.